Hey guys, this video is about the difference between the gram-positive bacteria and gram-negative bacteria. What aspect makes the difference, you are thinking? The main difference lies in the cell wall. And according to gram staining property, we can classify bacteria into gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. But how? See, the gram-positive bacterial cell wall, this cell wall retains the primary stain of gram staining. Retains primary stain. But the cell wall of gram-negative bacteria does not retain the primary stain during gram staining. Cell wall does not retain primary stain. That's why this is called gram-negative and this is called gram-positive, right? So, what is that particular aspect that causes these differences? See, the difference lies in the structure of cell wall. Cell wall, right? In gram-positive bacteria, the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan layer, and in gram-negative also, the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan only. But there is difference. You know, this is plasma membrane, and this layer armor is cell wall, and the outermost layer is capsule. These are the three protective layers of a typical bacteria, both gram-positive and gram-negative. But the difference lies in the cell wall. In gram-positive bacteria, the cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan layer, but the layers are about 50 to 100 layers. You know, the cell wall is nothing but what? Layers of peptidoglycan, right? Glycan. It is nothing but a layers of compilation of layers of peptidoglycan. And those layers are about 50 to 100 in number in gram-positive bacteria. But in gram-negative bacteria, the peptidoglycan layers are about 1 to 2 only. So, okay, the thickness is very less in gram-negative bacteria. That's why the cell wall is very thin. Cell wall is thin, right? That's why it won't retain the primary stain. After decolorization, it will lose the primary stain because of less thickness of peptidoglycan layer, right? This is the only concept. Here it is about 16 to 18 nanometer. If you measure that one approximately, here it is about 2 nanometer. You can compare the thickness. This is way more thicker, right? That's why the cell wall of gram-positive bacteria retains primary stain. So this is the main aspect you should remember. It retains the primary stain because of the thickness. Now, the difference in the cell wall I will discuss in detail, right? That is the gross aspect of the gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. We will discuss in detail, okay, the cell wall. See, as I said previously, the cell wall is made up of layers of peptidoglycan layer. These are the layers, right? Many peptidoglycan layers. All these are peptidoglycan layers only. If you consider one single layer, this is one peptidoglycan layer, one single layer. If you consider that one, we can see it is made up of cross-linked or interlinked mucopeptide. What it is made up of? It is made up of interlinked mucopeptide, right? Mucopeptide. They also call it as murein. Mucopeptide other name is murein. You are thinking, what is mucopeptide actually? As you can see, this one layer, this one line is called a mucopeptide. It's just a diagrammatic representation. It may prolongs to any length, okay? Peptide. For the simplicity's sake, I have written only 4 units. So what actually the mucopeptide is? Mucopeptide is made up of alternating units of N-acetyl muramic acid and N-acetyl glucosamine. Okay, what is mucopeptide is made up of? It is made up of N-acetyl muramic acid and plus N-acetyl glucosamine, right? N-acetyl glucosamine. So these two will repeat and forms a chain. That particular one single chain is nothing but a mucopeptide. And this is another mucopeptide. These two are interlinked by these structures. I will discuss what are these structures. So a peptidoglycan layer, a single peptidoglycan layer is nothing but interlinked mucopeptides only. Okay. Now I will discuss how these mucopeptides, which are made up of alternating units of N-acetyl muramic acid and N-acetyl glucosamine, are interlinked with each other. I will discuss that one. Okay. The interlinks varies in gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Up till now, they have shared a single character. They are made up of peptidoglycan layer. Only difference is thickness. And peptidoglycan layer consists of interlinked mucopeptide. Mucopeptide are interlinked. That interlink aspect varies in gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Okay. First, I will discuss gram-positive bacteria. How mucopeptides are interlinked. You can see from N-acetyl muramic acid, a tetrapeptide side chain projects. What is meant by a tetrapeptide? Tetrapeptide. Peptide is made up of amino acid, right? Tetra means 4. So tetrapeptide consists of a chain of 4 amino acids. That's it. What are those amino acids? This one is, you can remember like this, LD. Okay, I'm discussing gram-positive bacteria. L-alanine, this one, green colored ball is called L-alanine. 9. D-glutamine. Baby blue one. L-lysine, pink one. And finally, D-alanine. First, I will discuss gram-positive bacteria and then I will go to gram-negative bacteria. So, this is the tetrapeptide, which is found by these 4 amino acids, right? Here also, see, the amino acid that is attached to N-acetyl muramic acid is L-alanine. You can see this layer is flipped, right? This is this mucopeptide is opposite of this one, right? It is flipped vertically. So there is no change. The amino acid that is attached to N-acetyl muramic acid is L-alanine only, the green one. See here, right? L-alanine only. You can see the terminal amino acid is always D-alanine and the one that is attached to N-acetyl muramic acid is L-alanine, right? Simple. So this way, the tetrapeptide side chain projects from the N-acetyl muramic acid. Now, how two mucopeptides are interlinked? They are interlinked by a pentaglycine bridge. So this one is the bridge. Pentaglycine. Penta means what? 5. Glycine means glycine. That's it. 5 glycine molecules are arranged in chain to form a bridge. Which bridges between, you can see here carefully, this amino acid and this amino acid. What is this one? This amino acid, the terminal amino acid, that is D-alanine. This one is lysine, L-lysine. Listen carefully. The L-lysine of one tetrapeptide of one mucopeptide is linked with the or attached with the terminal. I said terminal. This one is terminal, right? Terminal D-alanine of another tetrapeptide side chain of adjacent mucopeptide. This is adjacent, right? Adjacent to this mucopeptide, right? So L-alanine of one tetrapeptide of one mucopeptide is attached or linked to terminal D-alanine of another tetrapeptide side chain of adjacent mucopeptide by pentaglycine bridge. This is how the interlink is formed in gram-positive bacteria. Now I will discuss how the interlink is formed in gram-negative bacteria. See, the main feature of gram-negative bacteria is absence of pentaglycine bridge. Pentaglycine bridge is absent here. Bridge, right? So how they are linked? They are directly linked, but the tetrapeptide side chain varies here. L, D, L, instead of L, the L-lysine is replaced by another amino acid. That name is mesodiamino-pimélic acid. What's that name? Instead of L-lysine, mesodiamino-pimélic acid. Right? LD, LD. Instead of L, the amino acid that is replaced is mesodiamino-pimélic acid or pimélic acid. So this is the first difference. This is the first difference, right? Here it was L-lysine. Here it was L-lysine in gram-positive. In gram-negative bacteria, it is mesodiamino-pimélic acid. Okay. Other 3 amino acids of the tetrapeptide side chain are same. L-alanine, D-glutamine, mesodiamino-pimélic acid, and D-alanine. So, how they are interlinked? You can see here that the arrangement is same. The third amino acid, that is mesodiamino-pimélic acid, is of one tetrapeptide side chain of one mucopeptide, is attached directly. Okay, I am using the word directly. There are no third parties. What in gram-positive bacteria, the third party was pentaglycine bridge between L-lysine and terminal D-alanine. But here, the third amino acid, that is mesodiamino-pimélic acid, is directly attached to terminal amino acid of another tetrapeptide side chain of adjacent mucopeptide. So this is D-alanine. Okay. Remember, the terminal amino acid is always D-alanine. The one that is attached to N-acetyl muramic acid is L-alanine. The only difference between the gram positive and gram negative bacteria is all are same, but there is variation in the third amino acid. Here it is L-lysine, here it is mesodiamino femalic acid. And here there is pentaglycine bridge between third and terminal amino acid. Here there is absence of pentaglycine bridge. Instead, they are attached directly. Okay. So this is the difference. After the main difference between gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacterial cell wall, the other differences are, see, in gram positive bacteria, number one, gram positive bacteria, the cell wall, this is the cell wall structure, this is the cell wall structure of gram negative bacteria. The cell wall consists of teichoic acid. What is teichoic acid? Teichoic acid. This unique type of compound is absent in the gram negative bacteria, but it is present only in the gram positive bacteria. There are two types of teichoic acids. Number one, lipoteichoic acid. Lipoteichoic acid. I will discuss how this name comes. See, lipo means lipid, right? Here you can see this is the lipoteichoic acid. This is the lipoteichoic acid. How? You know, it is attached to the cell membrane. This is the cell membrane, right? Cell membrane. Cell membrane consists of phospholipid bilayer. Lipid compound, it is attached. This is the teichoic acid attached to lipid compound. That is why it is called lipoteichoic acid. Another type is cell wall teichoic acid. This is the cell wall teichoic acid. You know, after plasma membrane or cell membrane, the next layer is cell wall. The cell wall consists of what? Peptidoglycan layers. These are the peptidoglycan layers 1, 2, 3, 4. For the simplicity's sake, I have written only 4 layers in gram positive bacteria. As I said previously, these layers are about 50 to 100 in number. Now I have written only 4. Right? So the teichoic acid is attached to the cell wall. That's why it is called cell wall teichoic acid. This compound is absent in gram negative bacteria. It is only present in gram positive bacteria. Right? This is the first difference. So as compared to gram negative bacteria, gram positive bacterial cell wall is simple. You can see here. If you compare these two, this one is simple, right? Simple. Now, you can see this is the integral protein or transmembrane protein. Many proteins are present similar to humans only, but this is the only difference, teichoic acid and simple in nature. But if we come to gram negative bacteria, you can see this is the cell membrane and it is called inner cell membrane. Inner cell membrane. And this one is called outer cell membrane. You can see 2 layers, right? 2 layers of plasma membrane or cell membrane. Another concept is there is a gap between the cell membrane and our plasma membrane and cell wall. This gap is called periplasmic. Peri means what? Surrounding. Plasmic means cell membrane. Around the plasma membrane, there is a small gap called periplasmic space. Here also, you can see this space. This is the periplasmic space. Plasmic. Remember, the periplasmic space in gram negative bacteria is between cell wall and that cell wall is nothing but layers of peptidoglycan. This cell wall and cell membrane or plasma membrane. Here, The periplasmic space in gram-negative bacteria is between two cell membrane, inner and outer cell membrane. The periplasmic space consists of only 1 to 2 layers. As I said previously, there are only 1 to 2 layers of peptidoglycan layer. Peptidoglycan layer is nothing but what? Cell wall, right? Cell wall. Now, I'll discuss the main difference. Teichoic acid is absent, 1. Second, it is more complex. More complex. How it is complex? See here. These bodies, these proteins here is called Brown's proteins, lipoproteins, right? B-R-A-U-N. Yes, Brown's lipoprotein. Protein. What is the function of Brown's lipoprotein? The function of Brown lipoprotein is attachment of cell wall or peptidoglycan layer to outer cell membrane. Outer cell membrane. Brown's lipoprotein, right? 1. Complex, absence of teichoic acid, Brown's lipoprotein is present. Next, in gram negative bacteria, you can see a separate layer that is called, the name is LPS. What is this? Lipopolysaccharide. Lipopolysaccharide. This layer is nothing but, this consists of this outer lamina of what? Outer cell membrane. This one. This is outer cell membrane, right? This is the outer lamina of outer cell membrane, plus this structure here. You can see the blue one is called and this tail-like structure. These two have separate names. The blue colored structure is called core polysaccharide. Core polysaccharide. Right. And this tail-like structure, this is also a polysaccharide, but the name is O-specific side chain. O-specific side chain. They also call it as O-antigen because it has a capacity to generate antibodies, okay, in human beings. If human beings are exposed to the O-specific side chain or O-antigen, antibodies are produced against those O-antigens. Side chain. So the LPS, you can see lipid and polysaccharide, right? Two components. Polysaccharides are nothing but O-specific side chain and core polysaccharide. These two are the polysaccharide component, and lipid component is nothing but outer lamina of outer cell membrane. You know, cell membrane is made up of polysaccharide, lipid, right? That's why the lipid component of LPS layer, lipopolysaccharide, is outer lamina of OCM, and polysaccharide component is O-specific side chain and core polysaccharide. The function of O-specific side chain or antigen is responsible for the production of antibodies, right? If humans are exposed to those antigen capacity. And the function of this layer, outer lamina of outer cell membrane, it has separate name that is called lipid A layer. Lipid A or endotoxin. This is the separate name for the outer lamina. You know, the name itself says it is responsible for pathogenicity. Right? 1. Pathogenicity over, antigen production is over. And these are the differences, right? The LPS layer is absent in the gram-positive bacteria. You can see here, there are no LPS layer, only single cell membrane you can elicit. Okay, so these are the main differences between gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria.